Did you know that over 1 billion people worldwide are affected by parasites? That's right. Parasites are a common issue that can impact your health, including your liver. In today's video, we're diving into how these tiny invaders can cause big problems and what you can do to protect yourself. Let's get started. 1. The reality of parasitic infections. Parasites affecting the liver are tiny organisms that can cause big problems for our health. In the past, people thought these were only issues in countries far away, where healthcare and cleanliness might not be as advanced. But now, even in places like the United States, we're seeing more of these infections. This change is because of a few reasons. First, many of us love to travel or come from different parts of the world, bringing back unwanted tiny guests. Also, we love our pets and animals, but sometimes they can carry these parasites too without us even knowing. Diagnosing these parasites isn't always easy. If you've ever felt really bad stomach pain, been super bloated, felt nauseous, or had diarrhea that doesn't seem to go away, it could be a sign of a parasitic infection. But finding out for sure can be tricky. Sometimes doctors need to collect a sample of your stool to look for signs of these parasites. Other times, they might need to take some of your blood for tests. And in some cases, they might even need to use special tools to look inside your body and see the parasites directly. It sounds a bit scary, but it's really important for figuring out the best way to help you feel better. It's a bit surprising to learn that these tiny creatures can cause such big issues, especially in places we think of as safe from such problems. But by knowing the signs and understanding that anyone can be affected, we're better prepared to protect ourselves. Remember, if you're feeling sick in ways that don't seem normal, it's okay to ask your doctor if it could be something like a parasite. They're there to help figure it out and get you back to feeling good. 2. Everyday risks of parasite exposure. Parasites are tiny creatures that can live inside your body and cause trouble. Many people think parasites only happen in faraway places, but that's not true anymore. Even in places like the USA, parasites can infect your liver because of traveling to different countries, moving from one place to another, and even from being close to animals. Finding out if someone has parasites can be hard. Sometimes doctors need to test your poop, check your blood, or even look inside your body with special tools to see the parasites. One way you can get parasites is by being around pets, especially dogs. Dogs might have tiny tapeworm eggs on their fur. If you touch a dog and then touch your mouth without washing your hands, those eggs can get inside you. They can travel to your liver and grow into big cysts. These cysts are like balloons filled with more parasites. If they break, it can make you very sick very quickly. Eating certain kinds of fish that aren't cooked well can also be risky. There's a worm called Clonorchis sinensis that lives in some freshwater fish. If you eat this fish when it's raw or not cooked right, you can get this worm in your liver. This worm can make your liver swell up and can even lead to a very bad kind of liver cancer. Another risk comes from eating plants like watercress or drinking water that's not clean. There's a parasite called Fasciola hepatica that loves water. It usually lives in sheep but can make people sick too. If you eat something with this parasite or drink dirty water, you might get a fever and feel pain in your belly. This happens because the parasite moves to your liver and starts causing problems. So, even doing everyday things like petting your dog, eating your favorite sushi, or drinking water from a stream can expose you to parasites that target your liver. It's important to be careful and make sure what you eat and drink is safe and clean. 3. Protecting your liver from parasites. Your liver is like a superhero inside your body. It works hard to clean your blood and fight off bad stuff, including parasites. But sometimes, the liver can't fight off everything, especially if there are too many parasites. When parasites get too strong, they can hurt the liver, causing something called an abscess, which is like a big, painful pimple inside your liver. This can make you very sick. One of the worst things that can happen is getting an amoebic liver abscess, a serious infection caused by a nasty parasite. To keep your liver safe and strong, there are several things you can do to avoid parasites. First, always choose safe water to drink. This means drinking water that's been bottled or properly treated to kill any bad germs or parasites. If you're not sure if the water is clean, it's better to stick with bottled water or water that's been boiled. Be careful with what you eat, especially when it comes to raw or undercooked foods like fish, meat, and vegetables. These can sometimes have parasites. Cooking food well is one of the best ways to kill these unwanted guests. Also, be cautious about eating food from places you're not sure about, like street vendors, because you don't know how clean the food is. Another smart move is to use a water filter at home, but not just any filter. Make sure it says absolute 1 micron or less on it. This type of filter is really good at catching tiny parasites and making sure they don't end up in your drinking water. Remember, your liver is doing a lot to keep you healthy, so help it out by being careful with what you eat and drink. By taking these steps, you can reduce your risk of getting parasites and keep your liver happy and healthy. 4. Case studies and cautionary tales. Sometimes real stories can teach us a lot about how sneaky and dangerous parasites can be. For example, in some parts of the USA, there have been surprising cases of malaria. Malaria is a disease most people think happens only in far-off countries, but travelers or certain changes in where mosquitoes live can bring it closer to home. Hearing about malaria in the USA reminds us that we need to be careful and aware, no matter where we are. I have a story about a friend who got very sick with malaria, but at first no one knew what it was. He had fevers, felt super cold, and had terrible headaches. He went to the hospital 3 times because he felt so bad. The first 2 times, they just gave him medicine for pain and sent him home. It was only on his 3rd visit that a doctor who specialized in infectious diseases overheard his symptoms and decided to test his blood. That's when they found out it was malaria. This type of malaria was hiding in his liver, needing special medicine to get rid of it. Treating malaria can be tricky. There's a condition called G6PD deficiency that some people have, which makes certain malaria drugs very dangerous for them. These drugs can break down their red blood cells, leading to severe anemia. This condition shows why it's so important for doctors to know exactly which medicine to use, depending on the person's health and the type of malaria they have. These stories teach us 2 big lessons. First, always be aware of the risks of parasites, even in places you wouldn't expect. And second, getting the right diagnosis and treatment is super important. It shows that diseases like malaria need to be taken seriously with the right tests and medicines to keep everyone safe. That's a wrap on our journey into understanding how parasites can affect our liver and what we can do to protect ourselves. If you found this information helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button to show your support, subscribe to our channel for more health tips, and share this video with friends and family to spread the word. Got any questions or experiences with parasites you'd like to share? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay healthy and take care.